practicing FMC a lot, and I thought I'd start sharing solutions I get, because I'm starting to get like some pretty good ones. And so I'm going to start with this 30 I just got. Now there were lots of pairs, so it's a pretty nice scramble. I thought I had a 28, but I ended up having this 30. So I thought about doing something with this and making a 2x2 with these, but as you can see, these are kind of like joined up. What I ended up settling on pretty fast was just making a square and switching, because there wasn't any good pseudo blocks or anything. So what I did was I took this and did RU2 R prime, and that made a square, and then I immediately switched to the inverse scramble. So the inverse of RU2 R prime is RU2 R prime, and then I just did the inverse scramble, and this square was already here, and so I finished off the 2x2 by joining this edge to here and doing U2. So I'm 5 moves in and I got a 2x2. Now random weird stuff starts happening. So here I was messing around with some things, and I thought something I'd found needed. I found something and did a D prime pre-move to do something pseudo, but I then ended up switching to something else. So I did a D prime pre-move, and then I'd just done R prime U2 on the inverse scramble, so I did U2R. So those are my pre-moves, and then did the normal scramble. So what just happened to show up was that I can then join these into a square and do F2, and that's a pseudo block that's off by that much. Ignore what's happened here, it's gone slightly wrong, but the block's still here, so I'll continue. So after this, I did what I need to do, so RU2 R prime, like that. Joined this up with the pre-move, and I had this block. Now there are a few things. I had this pair, but I didn't do anything with it yet. What I did instead was I solved this down here. This solves this as a pair, but also since I've got 2 bad edges, it's just that many moves to do that. Then I didn't want to destroy this, so I made sure not to, but really it wasn't going to happen anyway. So I solved this block like this. And then I had these 2 edges and this one's in the wrong place, so I know I could do RU2 R prime, and did a U2, and left 3 corners. So I knew at that point I had a 30. I thought I had a 28 because I thought I'd cancelled 2 moves, but I did it a bit wrong. So actually I didn't cancel any moves, but from where it was, if I'd just done the insertion there, I would have got a 31 from doing this 9 move commutator. So what I did instead was took the skeleton and tested every place, and it just so happened that I ended up doing after the first move, which means I do everything after the first move, and this is a good way to do insertions. So first moves are, so I just do everything after the R. Then I did the normal scramble. And then I did the R, which left this, and this commutator, I just do this. And inserting that there, it's a pure insertion. And so, overall, the solution goes R, and then is that commutator, U2 R prime. So that's the first section of the normal done, with this square and the corners are cycled now. And so I now do the next thing I did on the normal, which was L prime F2, and then the finish I did for the blocks, and so I then had B prime LB, L2D, LD prime, L2D prime, LD2, L prime D2, and then something seems to have gone horribly wrong. Oh, maybe not. And then I just had to undo the pre-moves, which were F, D prime, and then on the inverse I've only done 2 moves, so U2R. So okay, that went horribly wrong there, but you get my point. That is a 30 move FMC solution, and yeah, hopefully now that I've discovered some new stuff, like in that solve was the first time I did something like this where you make sure to have all the edges solved, and you can do stuff like that by, instead of trying to insert an F2L pair, you can insert just the edge, and that might lead to corners in something like this where it's still 3 corners but not in the same way. So other than that, I'm going to keep practicing, and yeah, it's been a nice solution.